This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with the thrilling conclusion to Nier Automata. Do we choose between A2 or 9S? They've both fought their way to the top. 9S, whose mental capacities and physical qualities have got lowered and lowered to its bottom rung, and all he's got left is revenge. While A2, who had separated herself from her kind, only the thought of destroying machines, has thought better of herself and knows the truth. Well, we must choose one. And let's choose A2. Yes. And don't worry, we can go back and do the other ending if you want to. I'm just going in order, because if you choose the C path, you choose A2 to get the C path, and you choose 9S for the D ending. So understood, Captain. All right, boss time against 9S. I don't know how hard it's gonna be. He's lower level than I am. Shouldn't he be the same level? Uh-oh, he's hacking me. He's hacking me. Oh, boy. Ah, nuts. Probably gonna take the damage. Whoops. Oh, well, it doesn't insta-kill me. It just does some damage. What the? Whoa. Okay, he's... Well, I guess, you know, if I was 9S, I would... Wow, I'm not doing too good here, am I? I keep running into the bullets like an idiot. But if I was 9S, I'd probably grind my hacking too, frankly. You know? Wait, he switches out his pods? Huh. Well, it doesn't matter. Whoa. Alright, one more time. One more. I've got one more in me, dealer. Give me one more shot. Alright, let's see. Wow, I suck. I think maybe it's because his hacking is a bit stronger than, okay, actually. I mean, it would make sense that his hacking is stronger.
Acknowledged.
Technically, we knew it should have ended this way just because A2 seems to be the better fighter overall. I mean, yeah, 9S has his
logic circuits. Acknowledged.
I mean, 9S has his hacking, but still, I mean, you know, he's a soy boy, so we gotta. So it wasn't too difficult. Then again, his level was.
Corrupting 9S. Affirmative. Your high unit A2. Core data for 9S is stored ahead. Alert. Severe virus corruption. Probability of successful deletion extremely low.
I think I know a way.
The idea under consideration is not recommended. This pod is a Yorhan tactical support unit. As such, it cannot approve of actions that would damage its supported unit.
You're not so bad, Pod. You know that?
Well, you're better than a Tide Pod, I guess. At least we're not trying to eat you. But yeah, I think the C ending is a bit, I don't know if I'd say happier per se, but just because of the whole, oh, I could have, okay. I assume D is a bit more of a bad ending just because you're taking control of the person who's probably gone a bit crazy through the loss of 2B. I mean, 2B is hot and all, but I don't know if it's worth going insane over. But what do I know, right? Oh, this way. Yeah, this reminds me of a... God, what's that artist that has the stairs? Crap, I don't remember his name. I'm just gonna say Jackson Pollock because I know that's not it, and that's some weird... That's just paint splattering on the wall. No, I'm trying to remember what that... The artist who did the famous stairs paintings, where it looks like the stairs enter and exit, you know, all together. It's kind of confusing looking. This also reminds me of the Cowboy Bebop episode where Spike's crawling up the stairs. Or, I don't know, the Stairway to Heaven. Or whether there's symbolism you want to throw into this game.
I'll take care of everything. Pod. Take care of 9S.
What of you, A2?
I've still got something I need to do. You go ahead. ahead.
Acknowledged.
I'm sorry. I never quite realized how beautiful this world is. I'm coming, everyone. I'm coming.
Okay, and thus the Nier Automata, the C ending, meaningless code. Huh, well, it's going backwards. God, how many times are we going to see the credits throughout this game? I guess, why not do it a little bit differently this time, from backwards? I guess why is everyone all about saving 9S? Like, what is he? Is he like the savior of the android race or something like that? Like, everyone keeps sacrificing everything for him specifically. It's just kind of funny, I don't know. But I guess she does something, makes it collapse, and there you go, destroys the machines or machine entity or consciousness or whatever you want to call it. Probably if you read the actual like archives about the about like what's going on, it probably explains exactly what's going on, but without reading all the exposition. I guess they try the best they do. I guess they did for the most part. Really, it was just the idea of who's like, what is the entity or consciousness or whatever that we're fighting, the machines in general, that was causing, trying to destroy all androids and the humans. But like I said, I guess if you read the archives, it probably explains it a bit better. I'll probably go over the whole, when we get to the final ending of the game, I'll probably go over a bit more detail about about the game overall, the rating and everything like that. Yeah, it seems kind of abrupt. I wasn't sure how long the ending was going to be. I didn't think it would be super long, but depending on how long it takes to get back to the credits, I'll probably just... Oh, and when all this is over, we'll unlock like a few extra things we can now do with the game now that we've actually officially... Well, not seeing the true... I guess technically the true end is end E or whatever. But we have to get end D first before we do that, amongst some other things. But before we do like the final ending, obviously I'm gonna try to do everything else, or try and unlock all the other endings, and so that might be the next after this one, because if this doesn't take too long, I probably could skip. I'm worried about skipping it because, yeah, we've already seen these credits a bunch of times already, but I feel like if I skip it, am I going to miss something? Probably not. I mean, it seems like they don't really do much meta stuff during the actual credits. It's usually at the beginning and at the end of the credits. I wonder if I can still do the... Oh yeah, I guess technically you can. I wonder if you can, like when I ended the credits last time, it took me to the ship, but of course there's not. In this case, there's no bunker or anything like that. It's like, at least in ending C, 9S gets, I guess, fixed and whisked away to like wherever, and then 2A dies and takes the tower with her. So what about the rest of the world? Do the rest of the androids die? Do the rest of the machines die? Who are left? And then, well, I mean, life will still exist if on Earth, because there's still the animals. The only thing that doesn't exist anymore is sentient life for the most part, especially humans dying off or whatever. I'll have to look up and see if there's any specific correlations from Nier to Nier Automata, or if it's just more of a name and theme type of thing. Because Nier Automata had kind of a interesting concept of about the future I mean, I don't want to spoil too much about Nier, but it did have a lot of themes similar to that. But it dealt with more fantasy and magic than the Nier Automata deals more with science fiction and the sci-fi and hacking and all this other stuff idea. Although it does have bits of fantasy in it, it seems like. Well, I mean, it's fiction, so science fiction. But while Nier is more straight up fantasy with some modern science fiction mixed in. I don't know. I guess you could also consider Nier science fiction to an extent. It's just a lot of its like concepts are more fantasy based, you know, sword and sorcery type of thing, more than, but with bits of the past and all that other stuff. I'm trying to remember. I think Nier, the first Nier, also had a few different endings as well, if I remember correctly. I might have to, maybe at some point I'll pull up my old copy of Nier and start it from scratch again and maybe actually beat it this time. I don't know why I stopped playing that one. I think maybe it was the gameplay or something like that. Just, because it's definitely, Nier is definitely not as smooth as Nier Automata is when it comes to gameplay and stuff like that. It's a lot smoother. You can tell they definitely fixed a lot of their issues from the previous games. And Platinum, a beautiful world. Now we can access chapter select. Can now be accessed from the title screen and access points. Debug menu. Oh, that's... I wonder why you want to see can now be accessed. Activating it will disable the functions of saving, which makes sense. Debug room. Oh, okay. That's interesting. And now we unlock all this stuff. Machine archives, yep. Although we still have some archives to unlock. Strange Resistance Woman has a new topic to talk about. Talk to her at the Resistance camp to find out what it is. Yeah, sure. I'll make that my center file for that. Okay, since this is going to be the C and D endings, so let's see if we can get as close as we can. We'll see how close I can get, and then I'll just, depending how long it takes, I'll cut to when I can get the D ending. So let's see how... I haven't actually done the chapter select stuff, obviously, because you didn't see it on my... let's see how this... Let's see what happens. Okay, it lets me chapter select now if I want to. Okay. So, let's see. The tower is the final... oh, and we even have different quest progress. Let's see. They're shared. I wonder if that... Oh, quest. Okay. So there's a quest missing, which is probably that, like, well, I don't know. The Game Master one only activated during the 2B segment. So, maybe you can see there's a shared quest line. Whoa. Excavated Land has quite a few shared ones I didn't even do. At least during his time. Did they just mix 9S's and 2B's together? Yeah, it looks like... yeah. It looks like the same chapters are the same. You just who do you choose as 2B or 9S to play as, and then you have your own missions. So it looks like I've missed quite a few quests as 9S. Because even the Game Master quest is only 3 of them. Oh no, I guess that would be all of them, huh? And then I'm missing a few from 2B. But anyway, we're here to do the tower segment. So, oh, apparently there's a... Okay, well, let's... I didn't want to read all these because I didn't want to spoil anything. But all right, let's swap back to 9S and 2A. And that should take us to the beginning of the choice. Or whatever. I kind of like this idea of being able to just choose chapters and kind of either play your favorite segments, or maybe if you missed a side quest or whatever, you can replay it through again. And obviously replaying through the game gives you a chance to complete quests. Obviously you have to complete certain quests and all this other stuff to unlock other like little
This
tidbits
tower
and
is a
other
giant
endings. So
cannon that's aimed at the human
okay,
server. If
I can skip all that.
Or didn't we aren't human?
Too bad there's not like a skip function where it skips just the dialogue and straight to choices. But it doesn't take that long to get there, so I can just press X to get there. So okay, we'll skip that. Okay, and now let's play as 9S and get the D ending. Yes, understood, Captain. I am not a merry man. Oh, this is different.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
None of this matters.
Oh, even her hacking is a bit different than looks like we have to go through a whole level or something like that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I like even how his fighting arena is different. Like A2, you have to fight like the whole arena to avoid him and all this other stuff. On him, you fight him on an even plane, probably because you're probably going to be hacking her the whole time.
If it doesn't matter, why do I long for humans like?
I am kind of ruining the moment by hacking everything, you know. But I mean, that's what 9S did to me when I was fighting against him. He was spamming the hack. I would do that too, frankly. I mean, wouldn't you if you could do the hack thing like all the time? God, trying to fight all these. I guess it makes sense that 9S would be a bit more complicated to fight. You know? And I think you also get data if you fight for each fight you get. So you get, so this will fill out some of my data log or whatever for defeating 2B and, or sorry, A2 and 9S is separately. So that'll unlock their data thing. But I'll save that for like maybe like a bonus episode where I go over all the logs as soon as I collect everything.
Something that no longer exists.
It's how we were made. Androids were designed. Take care of 9S. 2B.
Pod 153. Fatal system error detected. Memory leak verified. Repair impossible. Beginning emergency evacuation of remaining memories. My name is what? My name is 9S, a newly manufactured scanner model. January 30th, 1100. Okay, 11942. Rolled out at 4:25 a.m. bunker time. I will fight for humanity with all my strength. The pleasure is mine, Commander. I lie collapsed in a space of blinding white. The pain is gone. You know, never mind. I was going to sing a song, but the light envelops me. It's so warm. I was anxious. A soldier from the moment I was born, thrown into the world alone. Nothing to rely on. No God to believe in. I was alone. Tasked with infiltrating enemy territory to gather intelligence. In the fog. In the flames. Through fire and flames. Alone. My name is 9S. I'm here to provide support. 2B came off as being rather aloof. Cold even. She must have wanted to distance herself from me. I guess she didn't want to be attached to someone who had to kill, or someone she had to kill again and again and again. But scanners like me mostly work alone, scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun. I was so happy to be with someone. It was like I had a family. My damage worsens. I start to lose my memories. The space fills up with pure white light. It's like being buried in snow. It's a little bit cold. It's a little bit frightening. Will my soul disappear? A dark fog clouds my vision. As it ebbs and flows in its slow, dreamlike way, it gradually takes human shape. It's the Red Girl. She also slowly begins to speak. This tower is a colossal cannon built to destroy the human server. Destroy the server and rob the androids of their very foundation. That was the plan devised by those girls. But they changed their mind. They saw us androids. They saw Adam and Eve. They saw how we lived, considered the meaning of existence, and came to a different conclusion. This tower doesn't fire artillery. It fires an arc. An arc containing memories of the foolish machine life forms. An arc that sends those memories to a new world. Perhaps they'll never reach that world. Perhaps they'll simply wander an empty sky for eternity. It's all the same to the girls. For them, time is without end. Adam and Eve are inside the ark. Eve is asleep. Adam holds him in a gentle embrace. He seems to be smiling at me. I try to look up at him, but my body refuses to move. Looks like the damage has spread to my motor functions as well. Will you come with us? Asked Adam. The question was completely free of malice. It seemed I no longer had a reason to hate machines. Maybe I never had a reason in the first place. What have I been fighting for? Who have I been living for? I don't know anymore. I try to speak my mind, but the words don't come out right. My thought routines are losing cohesion. I can't remember my name. Mustering all my strength, I force out the words. I'll go with you. I'll stay. I'll stay. I'll stay. We Yorha, we don't deserve to be loved by this world.
So that's where you were. To be.
And thus we have, looks like it's going backwards again, or upside, whatever. Yep, that's the childhood's end ending. And I guess, yeah, the end shows the ark shooting off into space to Lord knows who where. So in this ending, the tower doesn't collapse. They leave to the lands unknown. And then, yeah, I guess.
All Yorha unit black boxes now confirmed offline. Our mission to oversee the progress of Project Yorha is complete. Proceeding to final stage of project. Commencing deletion of all data. Pod 153 to Pod 042. Data noise present in stream. Requesting temporary halt to perform data check.
Yes?
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Data confirmed. Personal data for units 9S, 2B, and A2 appear to be leaking out.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Follow project rules and delete all personal data.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Personal data deletion request denied.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Failure to parse statement.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. There was data created in my banks as I was referencing the records. I realized something. I have come to the conclusion that I cannot accept this resolution.
The destruction of all Yorha units is an essential component of the project plan. All data must be destroyed.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Repeat. Personal data deletion request denied. Initiating data salvage. Pod 153. You hoped they would survive as well, didn't you?
We lack the authority for such an action. The rules are protected by low-level systems. Salvaging data poses an unacceptable level of risk. Knowing that, do you still wish for them to survive?
Yeah, sure. I'm not done with this game quite yet.
The defense program has initiated a purge. If this continues, our consciousness data will likely be deleted.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. We were created to execute the android's Project Yorha plan. We had no capacity for emotion. But when we six were connected and exchanged information, something happened. I cannot deny the feeling of something resembling consciousness and emotion being born.
Unable to reply.
Perhaps we now understand that not everything has to have an answer.
You know, that's a lazy thing when you say that they don't have to have an answer, because that's the Stephen King way of writing, and I hate it. So, just saying. Anyway, yeah, we get the, if you don't delete your data, then, yeah, you can actually get your data deleted in one of these endings. It's kind of fucked up. I don't know if that's cruel or entertaining, you know what I mean? You can actually, I think it's this minigame, or maybe it's something afterwards, that if you have trouble with it, if I was playing the network mode, you could actually, I don't know if it's this section specifically, maybe it's later on, but if I had the network thing on, I could actually ask for help in a certain section of the game. And if I said if I wanted the characters to die, I think we would still go into the D ending, which I don't know if I still get that or not, or if I have to replay it again. If I have to replay it again after this, I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't actually read the endings. I just knew generally how to access some of them, so. Yeah, I told you this was going to be the thrilling conclusion to the game, overall, for the plot. I mean, there's still some minor details we're missing along the way, but, you know, we'll get to that whenever I do the bonus stuff. I guess I should talk about the ending so far, or just the game in general, since I don't know if I'll talk about it through the bonus episodes. I think this game is really interesting, and I'll give the game a lot of credit. It did a lot of interesting things for gameplay. You know, utilized like hacking, data saving to pull information from it. You know, the idea of replaying through the story was part to the plot. Like, you know, the whole killing Nines multiple times is talking about the multiple endings we had. Like, what if you played through the same ending multiple times? She killed him to, you know, set things back to normal. But then at some point he was able to survive his death or keep going, and that led to the other stories. And then the idea of, you know, you find the twist that mankind's always been dead, and that the idea of them saying to fight for hope for humanity, keeping them alive. You know, people have done that before. Well, they'll give you a sweet little lie to keep on living. You know, but you know how I am about lies and all the other stuff. You know, but still, I mean, I guess I can understand the sentimentality behind the whole thing. It's kind of weird attacking the credits like this. I think I don't know, if you're playing on network mode, I think you can actually ask, like, if you die, you can actually ask for assistance. I don't know how it works if you, I didn't actually read it to see what happens if you, well, no. Oh, you'd have to give up. But, okay, no, but, see, I don't have my, do I have to do it all over again? No, okay. Yeah, see, well, even if I said connect to the network, I couldn't because I turned my offline on. I wonder what it would have said. I should have said yes, just to see what happened. Okay, so it is this section here. So, yeah, if you connect to the network, other people help you. And the way that it works, from what I understand, is if you voluntarily delete your file, you end up becoming a helper who helps fight the credits, basically. And you help other players who are in this very situation. So if you don't delete your data and you play through this game, you get helped by other players, but you have to be on the network to do that. Like I said, I don't know how it works if you aren't online. I think you just get helped by generic, like, AI just to help you out, that type of thing. That's another interesting concept, tying in the network aspect of the game. You know, that you can connect to other 9S or Yarha units or whatever you want to call the player. You know, I'll probably have to play this again because I'm about to die again. Well, I'm not a bullet hell guy. You know, I did always like playing games like Galaga and stuff like that, but you can tell it's definitely not my forte. How many times I've had to redo like hacking sessions and stuff like that. But yeah, the music in the game was fantastic for the most part. I think most of the tracks worked for it. I thought the voice acting was pretty good too for the most part. I didn't really feel there was any. I didn't really feel that there was no. Because otherwise, the game ends. I wonder if that counts as dying. Probably does. Yeah, the voice acting was pretty good. I didn't really feel there were any like really bad voice actors in there anywhere. Not really. I mean, there might have been a few, one or twice, that maybe had some weird line delivery, but overall, I didn't feel they did a bad job. The story is one of those like weird ones to rate on because it is one of those. Yeah, you don't really get the full story of it. You get, you know, ideas, concepts, what's going on. I'm not truly against a story that doesn't tell you everything, because obviously the mystery is there, but I feel like if you just straight up tell people that you're never going to get the whole story, that's basically lazy writing. Like, you're not going to get it. Well, it's okay. You know, like, you could just not say that, and we'd be fine. You know, I was just like, I mean, that's the point of fan theories and, you know, fan websites to try and solve mysteries that never get solved. You know, that's why you don't explain who Doctor Who is. You know, stuff like that. Everyone loves a mystery. You know, that's why some games don't tell it. I mean, obviously, if you're playing a mystery or writing a mystery, you know, specifically, then yeah, you want to solve it. But I mean, other things, you know, certain actions, mentality of players and stuff like that, we don't need it to be wholly drawn out, but we need something that's reasonably acceptable to the conclusion of the story that leaves us satisfied, if that makes sense. You know, not like, oh, I have to be told everything, but, you know, seeing the end of the game, I'm like, oh, okay, the way it ends, I'm totally on board with that, you know. But then again, each person has their own mentality of what's acceptable for an ending. You know, I guess that's a great thing. Not all stories are going to be all like but everyone. You just write the story you want, just see what happens. I'm getting attacked by the artists. Oh, those rebel scum. I think you have to kill all the ones that scream. I don't think you can actively miss one. Although it's weird how all of a sudden stopped shooting. I wonder if that's my controller having some issues or not. I don't know. Because, yeah, it'll shoot for a while, and then all of a sudden it'll slow down for a second. And I'm like, oh, or stop shooting. I'm like, why? And what else to say? I'll give credit that, well, not all the side quests. There was a few fetch quest side quests that were kind of annoying because, you know, but there were some side quests that do definitely, you learn a bit about the world by doing them. But yeah, this game did have its share of, like, quests that were just like, grab this item. Okay. Ah, dang it. Nuts. No. I'm gonna have to try it again and see what happens if you just give up. I think it just gives you the D ending if you give up. I think. Or just the straight up D ending where basically everyone dies. Yeah, the chapter select kind of spoiled that. You look at it, it says 9S and 2 or A2 like give up, you know, or whatever. They both die. I'm like, oh, well, thanks for spoiling that before I actually played the game. Yeah, I'm sucking here. Sometimes I'm doing good, and other times I'm just sucking a big fat one. I'm trying to think. Really, the only character I found kind of annoying, and yeah, they kind of redeem him in his own side plot, is Emil. But I don't know. I think it's just the voice actor, and nothing against them specifically. It's just an obnoxious voice to me personally. So I was just finding Emil annoying more than. Okay, I'm trying to avoid the. I was at the end too. Yes. I mean, they are. It's just, games are supposed to be like, just, hobbies, you know, things to kill time and stuff like that. You know, I'm not saying you can't be invested in a game. I'm just saying that sometimes we take like games a bit too seriously. But I guess it's the same with any entertainment medium. You know, there's a time. Oh man, this part's sucking. For me specifically because I suck. Yeah, I guess anything that gives a reaction out of people, whether it be positive or negative, is going to affect people. You know, some people want to, you know, some people take it a bit further than others. Ah. I wonder how many of these are there, like different dialogue for the... No. Wait, did I... Yes, okay. I wasn't sure. Some of the questions are like, wait, what? I gotta start doing what the actual, like, bullet time people do, is actually looking at their like ship and not actually, because I'm actually looking in front of me, not actually at my ship, which is actually a bad way to play these games. Because yeah, see, I keep focusing too much. Okay, I think you're repeating yourself. Yeah, I gotta look at the actual ship and not what's going on. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep getting killed. Because it's easier to... The only problem is that I have to pay attention to where I'm shooting at, too. Ah! That shouldn't have hit me. Hopefully I can do this without the network. I think you can. It just gets a little crazy. Ah, nuts! And I'm not even past this section yet, so it's gonna... If I die again, I have to redo the square part. Ah! Frick! Oh, no! Well, I can't. Well, my network's not working properly, so I can't. I mean, that's just the fault of where I live. That's the fault in our stars, you know. I know the game's trying to help me, but... Although, is anyone still playing the PS4 version online these days? I assume most people are probably playing the PC version. That's the more popular one, because that's more accessible to a lot of people. I can do this. I mean, it's nowhere near like Tahoe or Tuho or however you pronounce it. That bullet hell game series. It is nothing like that. Those games are a lot tougher than this. I've seen videos on those. Those things are crazy, man. Have you seen those bullet hell games? Woo! It's like you barely have... It's like one of those where you have to barely dodge the bullets. Like, it's one of those where you have to focus so much on it that if you even, like, move... Damn it! If you move even the wrong spot... If I die again, I'm just going to skip it to when I get to the end, because this is kind of ridiculous. Or at least show a run. Ah, that's a bad start. Or show a run where I do it, you know, because I don't want to. I don't want to. Wow. All right. Yeah, I may have to do just a silent run of this or something. At least I get a bit of. God. All right, I'm gonna show you a clean run of this, because that's a bit ridiculous. So, all right, give me a second.
Everything that lives is designed to end. They are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. However, life is all about the struggle within this cycle. That is what we believe. Pod 153 to Pod 042. How is it going?
I am embarrassed.
Why is that?
I launched a suicide attack, and yet, here I am, still alive. I must look very silly.
Do not feel bad about it. We are alive, after all. And being alive is pretty much a constant stream of embarrassment.
That concept is a bit too abstract for me to understand at this time. I will save it in my list of things to analyze later.
Question, Pod 042. Did the data salvage restore all of their past memories?
Yes.
And are those recovered parts of the same design as previous ones?
Yes.
Then, won't that simply lead us to the same conclusion as before?
I cannot deny the possibility. However, the possibility of a different future also exists. A future is not given to you. It is something you must take for yourself.
Pod 153 to player. Please respond to this query. Do you, faithful player, have anything you would like to say to other players who are suffering because they cannot finish Nier Automata?
So, okay, so we're back. So I tried, God, I don't know how many times I tried to beat the final credits with no help at all. And I couldn't because my network wasn't working at the time. And it's possible. I actually went online to see videos of people actually doing it, and it is possible, but it is ridiculous how much, because there's almost no, there's after you get to the first Square Enix thing, there's no checkpoints after that point. You have to survive the rest of it with just 3 hits. If you can do that, you're a godsend. And the thing is, I'm not good at bullet hell, so I'm sorry, I'm hitting my desk here. So I tried a million times. Seriously, it took me I was working on it for a week after the last recording. After I said I'd be right back, no, it was a week later, and then I said, you know what, I'm just gonna freaking bite the bullet and see if anyone's online actually playing this, and luckily people are still playing this. That is one of the major flaws of this game. I know I could finish it right now, but I have to talk about this. One of the major flaws of this game is, yes, the idea of helping someone and or calling online for help because of other players, because the whole concept of the game is an interesting idea. But if you do not have internet while playing this game, you're fucked. If you aren't good at bullet hells, you can never 100% the game, because you will not get you have to beat the flying segment here to get ending E. If you can't, you'll never get the full ending of the game, or the full 100% of it. So if you don't care about that, then fine, but it's just bullshit, really, because they don't even reduce the damage or give you more hits if you're offline. No, it's whatever, you're just basically screwed. So this otherwise pretty good game gets a huge knock because of that. I'm sorry. I know everyone's got a line these days and all this other stuff is that's not true. Some people don't, or can't afford it, or can't afford the high speeds or whatever. And that's just, I'm sorry. That knocks the game down for me. A pretty big grade, for those who want 100%. So I'm sorry I had to get that out of the way. So for those who really love the game and find it perfect or whatever, I'm sorry. I cannot give this game an A+ now. I have to give it a B now because of that. So maybe it's because I'm frustrated because of how much I try to beat this game as is, and well, that's how I feel. So anyway, back to non-rant mode. This is the final choice. So if you say I have something to say, because you got help, if you have something to say, you lose your save data. Now, I don't know if you lose every slot of your save data. I don't know I'll have to look it up if you lose all your slots or just that slot that you've got equipped. But if you say I've wanted to say, your data gets deleted. That's how it is. So, and they actually did this in the first Nier game too. If you wanted to see one of the endings, although in the first Nier game, you had to delete your data to do it. In this game, they actually give you a choice if you want to delete your data. If you don't want to do it, then you still get the ending. You just if you delete your data, one of those. I don't know if you were watching during the credits. One of my guys was like, all those people that were running around, which weirdly enough, it was almost hard to to avoid stuff with like 6 of those things surrounding me because I couldn't see some of the bullets because of all the light popping up. So I lost so many dudes that I probably wouldn't have normally done because I couldn't see some of the bullets, you know. But anyway, yeah, your name pops up and you pop into another player, and if you die, it says you lost your data or whatever. So every time you die, someone's save file is getting killed. So I kind of feel bad about that. You know, that someone else could have used. I guess maybe that's the point. But no, I'm not losing my data because I'm not done with the game yet. I still haven't done all the side quests. I still haven't got the rest of the endings. So we're gonna maybe when I'm all done with this game, 100%, maybe I'll delete my data. But no, I'm not gonna say anything.
Understood.
So
Returning to title screen.
okay, so we're gonna save. So, but yeah, I don't know if it kills all of your save data for that. So, oh, by the way, if you decide to give up during rank E, it gives you the D ending, which is it just returns the title screen. That's it. So the D and E ending kind of go hand in hand. So if you give up, then the D ending is just it goes to the credits. You've seen the story. So E is when you see that cutscene at the very end there with the robots putting them together and maybe the pathway starts all over again. And I think that this interest, the Nier Automata start screen, I think it's something different if you deleted your data or whatever. I think I'm not gonna. Maybe I'll show it at the very end if I'm like done everything I can for this game. So that's it for Nier Automata, for the official game, the ending, and everything like that. Any videos I do afterwards will be bonus content. Like I think my next video will be just getting every. Oh yeah, here's the little video that plays if you leave it there. I think my next my next bonus video will be just getting the rest of the bad endings, and that'll be a video. And then off screen, I'm probably gonna grind all the materials, and so that way I can be ready to show you getting the last of the weapons in the game, as well as finishing the unit data thing, complete the side quests, everything like that. So. I think this game still is good, but man, that final to 100% at the very end really pissed me off. I can't believe the game they didn't do anything to like for those who have no internet or can't get help. Although apparently one of the interesting things is for the first people who played this game and got to that part, apparently the people who helped you were developers who had deleted their data in advance, so they could have some people's help at the very end for those who got to it first. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, good game, but man, that last part just. That's a huge knock on this game. So I'd probably give the game like I think an 8 out of 10 or something like that. Definitely not perfect. It has its issues, like I said with that, and I think it's definitely worth getting and checking out, even if you saw the beginning of this. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what PlatinumGames and the guy who directed this, if he ever makes another Nier game or whatever other games, because they have an interesting way of telling a story, if anything. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time when the mail comes in.